that? What does it say?
It says something about to ensure safety.
So that means that you have to press the on button. There you go.
On.
And then? And back.
So back.
And sideways. We are here. Another day, another hour. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I gotta say something here for the intro. Well, my people, just giving you an update on Madness, another project. Who does projects? Yeah, another project, one of those. This video, the project itself will end up on my other channel. I wanted to talk about the IoT scenes on this channel because I think it's important also because a lot of people who follow me are doing DIY projects.
I had no idea I was chatting with the brilliant mind behind my existence.
Because this is IoT talk, Internet of Things, and I have to make it interesting for you to not even log out because you'll be like, what is he talking about? Internet of Things. That's an IoT system. An IoT system is where you have, let's say, your smart home, GPS, or your farming equipment is over there, and you're getting the data, and you're like, oh, the pH of the soil is like this and like that. With IoT systems to be able to work, you need a SIM card, and the SIM card sometimes you can connect via Wi-Fi, but the problem with that is depending on the distance, you cannot be able to communicate properly. It ends up being dead. For example, if you're stalking someone or if you have a GPS on insurance companies do this or rental companies, they put a GPS underneath your car and they can be able to know where you are at all times. I was trying to take this is an RC car, right? And I was trying to open it up, and then in the process, I'd be able to put GPS and IoT SIM and all that stuff for it to drive independently. So what you actually see behind me is a beautiful mess. So the idea was for me to build a remote driven car that I can drive from my seat, and maybe it can go up to 10 kilometers. So the idea was to have it connected from the RC car itself, and then it runs all the way to a device that gives it GPS and also Wi-Fi, and then connects to the computer, which connects to the steering wheel, which allows me to drive and pedal and do all those things. The question was, how was I going to drive it independently? So now you have all those components. You have your motor and you have your servo. This is connected to the transmitter of that system. And then the transmitter of that system, using an IoT SIM card, takes the information and gives it to your phone or to your PC that has the software that communicates so that you can be able to drive in real time. To show you an example. So here I have my profile on the phone and it tells you the cars, and then what you do is you press start with my finger right there. Then once you press start, you have the device like that. Now I've closed the camera. That being said, sounds very easy. You can go online and you'll find a company that actually sells that whole system, which I did. Customer service is crap. Absolute crap. No feedback, no information, you're on your own. You should figure it out. But when you see what they're doing online and you see what they're doing on YouTube, man, you're like, how is it possible? So either they're editing the videos in a way to pedal and do all those things. Now, this beautiful journey of mine has taken quite a turn because currently, as I explained in the previous video, this is my test rover. I call it the test rover. I have put FPVs on it. I have put anything and everything on top of it, a robotic arm and all these other things to drive it around and see what it can be able to do. compared to my other RC cars where I build the body and make it look nice. This one I built it and left it like that just to run test on it to see what I can build and modify. Now I have the system here and I'm just going to show you. I have the system here and this system works in quite a unique way. What they have is the SIM card, which is an IoT SIM, and a TF. So the TF is you have a SD card that you format and you put the APN, as I explained in the previous video. This device comes with a speaker, with a camera, with an antenna, and a GPS. So it comes from CloudRC. And technically what is supposed to happen, CloudRC, which the products itself are very expensive, once you get it, you're supposed to connect and it's supposed to be plug and play. But it has taken me weeks to be able to get to this level. And still at the same time, I'm having issues like connecting just to my profile on the PC, right? Because they sell it to you on they give you an Android box, and the Android box comes pre-installed. And this Android box, actually they sell it quite expensive. You're getting it for around, what was it, 120 or 200. So you get an Android box that comes with this software pre-installed. As you can see, I'll go back. So pre-installed, so that's a system, and you have the software. Now, just to get to my profile, I cannot be able to access it. Now I've connected everything, and so far I'm a little bit successful because I can be able to connect it with my phone. System, they have an Android software. You cannot get it, it's called Gamebox. You cannot get it on, what do you call the Apple store for Android? Gameplay. Must be Gameplay, right? Sorry, Android users. Very. I apologize. On the Gameplay, the Android store, the Apple Play, it comes pre-installed on the system, and this system is an Android box for like Android TV where you put code in the rest. So they sell it for around 149 or 100 and something, and then pre-install the game box. But now when you run the system, it has a parser error, PARSE error. Because I don't want you to go buy it and have issues. You have to be ready to have after sales service issues. It's CloudRC. And I think what happened with CloudRC is they scaled up very quickly. And once they scaled up very quickly, they started producing these things with the intentions to sell. It's actually a very good product if it worked properly and seamlessly, and if there was constant feedback or even conversation. Because a lot of people are writing, and I went on Reddit, I went on all these places, people are writing and asking questions. Hey, how can you do this? If you answer one question, and a lot of companies need to know this, if you answer that one question to that one person, you have answered that question to 1 million people. Because every person who has an issue will look at the question and see the answer and solve the problem. But if there is no communication from the start, things start to go wild. But yet on YouTube, if you see her videos, you're seeing her doing things like flying planes, doing all these things. And you're like, damn. And people are writing on a comment, hey, how can you do that? Oh, it looks a little bit glitchy because there is a huge lag for start to stop and many other things. How did you do that? No answer, no English, no English, no speak, no. So that's what I've got into. So I got the car moving. I don't know why I'm clapping my hands. So I got the car moving. Here's the car moving. And then we're going to talk about all these the ups and downs, the headache, the I don't give a shit. Next thing we're going to test is, we have tested the left and the right. Now the speed. I see my back wheel is wonky. The thing with it is that eventually all this stuff will go on it for it to drive remotely. All this mess. has to go into the RC car. So reverse. So once I get my CloudRC issue sorted, it will be very easy now to drive it with the steering. But right now it's not able to connect because of some reason. But for the phone, it's working very well, which now I have to figure out. Once I've gotten that going, then it will be easy for me to test it and also drive around. I'm going to leave this here. Actually, let me leave it here. Then I will just walk a little bit far away and then see whether it works. Okay, I've gone a bit to the back, which is quite good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here, and then I'm going to go to a park, which is a little bit far away from here, just with the phone, and then I can see whether I can be able to control this from the park. So I just need my walkie-talkie, and then I'm out. If I'm able to control it from the park, that it means we're quite good. It means it's ready, it can go. No matter how low the data of this IoT SIM is, then it's fine. I can be able to drive it around. I don't need to drive it very far, but I wanted to test it around where I stay to see whether it can go. So first I test the phone, whether it works, and once I get it working, I can test the car. Well, see you. So I'm in quite a distance. I've left home, and as you can see, it's working, but it has a lag, so it takes a few seconds for it to activate. The shadow you see here up is the left and right, but still gives me a poor network connection. So the IoT SIM is actually working properly. The data is very low because it's mainly for industrial use, but so far so good. I'll walk a little bit more, maybe get to a park, sit down, and then see what happens from there. Quite a cool experiment. Beautiful day though, beautiful day. So I was actually quite stoked about this experiment because I really wanted it to work so that I can come drive the RC here and also just sit at home and connect maybe another system and race some of the RC cars. So yeah, that's how it goes, man. Still got some range, still got the movement left and right, still working. So guys, I've been able to test the system. So I went to the park and then we checked it out, tried to drive it a little bit. I left the camera running, sent a message also, which is good. So range wise, 100% okay. The video is like 480 or 240, but that's okay. So far I'm not testing it in quite a huge range, but in the future I want to test it quite far. So I'm happy with that. So that's the process, that's the step. We're back, and it looks like the battery is running properly. So the next step would be probably to take everything and try to fit it in here. It has its own camera, so I don't need a VR or FPV camera. But before I'd done an FPV camera with what was it, Cadex. So I tested that. I've tested a couple of FPV cameras on these to drive them, and they work perfectly to drive remotely. All you have to do is have your remote control. So where's my remote control? So all you have to do is have a remote control like this, and then it drives. But with this one, it's just the phone. So you have the phone, and then you can be able to drive it left and right. Cool, guys. See you on the flip side. Now imagine you're driving and you have to go left and right while pressing sideways, you know.
Yeah, it works really well.
It works well, right?
Yeah.
So what's your review?
3.5 out of 5.
Why?
Because after you go like this, the respawn time is a bit bad and sometimes it gets stuck. But otherwise, it still works, which is really good.
Very cool.
And nothing's perfect, so I usually rate my ratings if it's a 5 out of 5 rating.
Yeah.
I'd usually put 4 or and a half out of 5.
Yeah, it's 5 out of 5 is like saying it's absolutely perfect. So the next step will be to have it work on the steering, because now you will be able to go left and right with the steering.
That will be easier.
That will be easier, right?
Yeah.
So, cool. I hope I've given you a bit of a clue of what an IoT sim is, so that we're learning, we're sharing information. In the process, remember to like, yeah, eh, eh, remember to like, remember to subscribe. I'm actually in a good mood. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm going, because later on I'm going for a fade. Need a fade, man. Need a fade, man. So I'm going for a fade. And I'm excited about the day. I'm excited about the projects. It's good to get it to that point where it's almost working. Then we get into the steering. And once we get into the steering, we get into the driving. So yesterday I went even for a walk in the park, and I was like, I took the phone. This was sometimes, you have to think outside the box. So I left the car in the house with the whole setup, took the phone to the park to test it, whether I can be able to control it from the park. And it actually worked. So it means the phone, and the park is about, we say, 500 meters. So the car was within a confined space, concrete space. I have my phone, I'm controlling it, it's moving left, right, whatever. That's actually a very good sign. That means if I let it out on the loose, and I'm not creating anything to endanger the Kenyan. The Kenyan has slid. Like, hey, wait a minute, I'm Kenyan. So yeah, I'm not doing anything to endanger. I'm not doing anything to put people's life at risk. Gotta hit that like button, man. Gotta, for Christmas, come on. You can watch it and just bail out on me. Hit the like button. Gotta buy bread. Need to do something. Someone, okay, please hype my video.